Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me on my new channel. Love is the answer to every solution. Think about that. Love is the answer to every solution. So I was thinking, how am I going to start this today? I've been on the radio for a long time. Got off the radio, and I took some time off to work on me. And I thought, well, do I want to open up with a snappy opening? Do I want music playing? I thought, no, I'm just going to be me, who I am. So here we go. I'm Kahu Brienne, formerly known as Dr. Brie. And you're going to see that on the title or the banner, because things changed in my life this summer. And I have a lot to say. But I'm going to start with this first part. Teresa and I went to Hawaii. She's my friend and business partner. We went to Hawaii and met with Connie Sterling and his beautiful wife, Patty Sterling, also. And I had a session with Master Akira, and Connie was an exclusive medium for him. And Master Akira is from the seventh dimension. And he told me some things. Now, I've been working with Kahu since 2005, taking every class he had I could take and learning. And I worked with other people too, and I'll explain that later. But I had some anger inside of me. It wasn't good. And I didn't know how to release it. Everybody kept saying, just hand it over to your angels, hand it over to your guides, right? Well, when I was in Hawaii, Patty Sterling took me to this amazing ancient Hawaiian place. And if you're not pure Hawaiian, you can't walk into it. When I went in outside the circle, I was watching it, and there was women that were chanting. They chant up there every day. And all of a sudden I heard, look over here. I saw the two gatekeepers. I saw the inside of it was where they do the donations and ceremony. So when I'm talking about donations, there was fruit in there, there were flowers in there, there's all sorts of things. And then my guys started talking to me. Are you ready to release that anger? And I found out this anger I had in me was clear back from Lemuria. Yeah, clear back then. And that, you're going to hear my dogs too, by the way, because I'm just me. So when I found that I had that, and they asked me, are you ready to release it? And I said, yes. And it felt like my heart chakra opened up, and this gust of wind just went flying out. All the things that have hurt me in my lifetime, in past lives, in this lifetime, all left. I don't have to look back at them anymore. Yeah. So we were coming home, and I couldn't shut up. My mouth kept talking and talking and talking. And Master Guide Girls said, please don't say what I'm in this room. Leave this one part in the room that he has said. Well, big mouth here. Talked to Teresa. And I talked to my husband. Talked to a friend of mine. And she guessed it, actually. Because it was going to affect a lot of lives. I went, oh no, I blew it. I blew it. But then I was thinking, did I really blow it? Because somebody's staying on the planet now. And I'm really happy about that. So, but that's a story for another day. So I came back with not having any anger. And so I have 3 dogs. I have an old English bulldog. And my puppy, that's 5 months old, half Newfoundland and half Saint Bernard. And he's like a little tiny pony right now. And he's big. Oh, he's big. Yeah, he learned how to jump on the bed the other day by watching my old English bulldog that's so small, and jumps on the bed now. And now it's like Mom, I'm here to give you a hug. I'm gonna get some love from you. But he was my former dog, but he was a little tiny shih tzu. And Master Carol said, don't plan on getting a little dog, a shih tzu. So I searched for this dog and I talked to Bouncer. And he was having a hard time on the airplane finding a body. Okay, he's coming home. I was so excited that Bouncer was coming home. So I started looking, you want to be a poodle? He said, no. So I'm looking at the dogs and saying, looking in the, online, for dogs for sale, right? Well, I finally gave up and said, Bouncer, when you're ready to let me know, you want to come home, and you're in the body that you want to be, let me know. I get up, maybe a week later, I went to the computer, and there he was. I called the woman right away. I recognized him by his eyes. And what was really funny is I went and got him the next day. And he knew me as I knew him and knew my husband. And he knew he sleeps in the same place he used to sleep in. And it's just hilarious what we do in our past lives, right? That we bring forward. And I'm explaining about this dog for a reason, because it actually affects how we do things. So when I had that anger and I brought it forward into this lifetime, it's been every lifetime I've lived. I didn't realize that. And I'm not going to go into my past lives because that doesn't matter. What matters is I brought all this forward. I had to get rid of it. So that's why it left, and I kept leaving, and more was pouring out, and nothing was making me mad. So in my dining room, I had a couch that was for the dogs. And one day I was in here filming in my office here, and the dogs were quiet. I thought they were just sleeping. Nope, they tore up their couch. I walk out there, and there's foam and stuffing everywhere. All I could say is, one, I didn't want to laugh, but I had to laugh. And then I said, you guys are divine beings. You live at a higher spiritual vibration than I do. You know better than that. Don't do it again. Quit shooting on my walls. Quit doing all this stuff, right? And they stopped. He stopped. And his name is Hercules. He wanted that name, Hercules. I said, okay. And I started seeing how it's affecting my husband. This unconditional love I have with no conditions is what I call it. And he goes, I think there's something wrong with you. You need to see the doctor. You're not getting mad at nothing. Well, what's the reason for it? I don't want to put the energy into it. It's not worth it, right? Oh, I wasn't balanced. I'll tell you that. I was on this natural high of love that I've never felt. And this love that comes from the Creator and the Mother, God, Sky, from the earth is such amazing love. I thought I was in love state. I really did. But I had an anger that would go from 0 to 60 seconds in less than 60 seconds. Try to raise my stepson, and my husband believed one way and I believed another way. And yeah, that was a challenge, I'll tell you that. But so on this channel, I'm just letting you guys get to know me. I make mistakes just like everybody else does. And I don't be put on a pedestal. I see so many people watching all the different people putting them on pedestals, and that's not what some of these people are not looking to be put on a pedestal. They're looking to bring out the information on working with energy workers or working with planetary, whatever. But it doesn't matter. What matters is we're doing our job on the earth plane. Now, one thing, we're all here to work on the earth plane no matter what. I want everybody to realize that, no matter what. We are here to work on the earth plane. That's one of our jobs. Now, Ashtar's back. Ashtar Command is back, and he's working for the earth plane right now. I'm not going to say what, but I will say that he is working for the earth plane right now. And I'm really glad that he's back right now. He helped me do some planetary work the other day, which is great, which is fine. But love is the answer to every solution is exactly what it means. So I'm going to use an example. We're building the back deck on my house, and we got it built. We're building it that day. My husband was, and I was trying to help, 5 foot, and yeah. And he's 6'1". And I was trying to hold this wood for him. And so anyway, so then I got tired and I said, okay, I'm going to the store and I'm coming back. And I took the Camaro and came back, and that's his car. And I left it on the side of the street. And I had some things to do, went in the house. And then my husband said, help me hold this one board, please. And then you're done. And okay. Well, at the end of the day, my back was killing me. And I went to bed. And it poured down rain. And my husband went out to the car. Now I'm 5 foot. He's 6'1". I didn't put the seat back where he likes it, anything else. He didn't do it to my car either. And I just forgot and went to bed. Oh, he came in mad. He thought I was sleeping. He said something he shouldn't have said. And I just went in my head, I forgive you. No big deal. I forgive you. Well, next morning he says to me, Brie, I'm sorry what I said to you. I said, I already forgave you last night. I thought you were sleeping. No, I was almost asleep. I heard you. I said, I forgive you. It's okay. Well, now that I'm balanced, I should have actually said, shame on you for talking that way. But that's okay, because it's not, that's his place. And that's loving people with that, no conditions. I think it's real, let me stop here to say, I think it's really important that people understand loving people with no conditions is very important. And my dog's on the outside door, scratching the door right now. And you're going to be hearing stuff like that because I work from home, right? He's sniffing. Hercules sniffing on the door right now going, hey, what are you doing in there? So anyway, on this channel, let me get to this real quick. On this channel, what we're going to be doing is talking about different subjects. I'll have different people from that are very well known and people that aren't well known. It doesn't matter. They have so many gifts. I want them on this channel. I think there's a lot that needs to be said. And I'll be talking about things that I remember from my past lives. And the reason I'm bringing them out is because it's needed now. I've been holding on to them for, a long time. The last 4 years has been a lot that have been coming in. And also, I was on the phone with a good friend of mine. And yeah, I can say her name. So I was on the phone with Judy Kelly. And what happened is I said, Judy, I'm walking into somebody. And she said, no. She goes, I see it. And we're trying to figure it all out, right? So I had a session with Kai Fred Sterling and talked to the Master Guy Curiel from the 7th dimension. And he said, well, she walked in on you. I went, okay. And being a medium, this is who I'll be bringing through is Garcia Rock that came 76,000 years ago to the planet. And so when I had my session with Master Guy Curiel, said that she was one of the first goddesses that came here to talk about spirituality. Well, when I talked to her, she goes, that's kind of a man thing. I want to come here to talk about love with no conditions. And she goes, and that's what you've been doing. Now, I've learned some really hard lessons on my past behavior. And I've offended some people, and I apologize because you have to be apologetic for what you do, right? So using your discernment, you got to be really careful with that because it can be discernment and judgment at the same time. You may not like what somebody's saying, but you need to honor and respect them. That's one thing. Judgment is where I never want to see this person again, yada, yada, yada. But they are so close together. I mean, so close together. The other thing is, planetary work, ancient Lemurian healing, and we're going to talk about all that. we're going to talk about messages from my past lives, and I'll be medium for a couple of goddesses that want to come through. And they want to talk about love. And this is what we're going to do. This is just a love channel. The lesson I learned about releasing all that anger and fear I had, which really is fear. Anger is fear. You have love or fear. There's no in between. So I lost all of it, and I'll have to look back at it. I've been hearing people say, we're in the fifth dimension, right? I can heal you from the third dimension. Well, if you weren't healed, you wouldn't be here right now. And some people agree with this, some people don't. But when I saw an ad one time, I can heal you from the third dimension for $3,000. I was shocked. I was like, what? Are you serious? I'm sorry. We all need to make a living. But you know what? There is such a thing as having discernment on how much you're going to charge somebody to heal them from the third dimension. A lot of people left when we got into the fifth dimension. A lot of famous people and people that were not known at all, except me, friends and family. My mother left. I had 5 people in 2 years leave. They were very close to me. They could not handle the vibration of the planet. And that's all it is. But now they're up there in the angel realms doing their work they're doing on the fourth light and whatever they're doing. One has become my personal angel guide, and she's a pistol. Yeah, she was a parole officer, by the way. And I'll explain that. I gotta explain that real quick. In my session with Master Guy Carol when we were in Hawaii in July, she was like, he was trying to talk to me. And he was saying, I will. I'm thinking, what's going on? And I start laughing now because it's like, well, my angel and friend, she was my friend, right? And he goes, you need to start talking to your angels. Your angels are a little upset. And the one angel would not be quiet. And all of a sudden I felt her. I said, is that Michelle? And I explained that she was a parole officer and how she died, right? He goes, I remember her now. And yes, that's her. And she said, start talking to her. Because she's the only one, if you heard my tape that I have of this, you laugh. Because he could hardly get my messages out because she was being so pushy. And then he goes, well, you're a little pushy too. Yeah, I am. But anyway, so we're talking about things like that, about angels and our guides and why they push us. And I just want this channel to be about love. So here's the thing. I'm going to have webinars. Some are going to be free, once or twice a month. It'd be a minimal charge that for a webinar that anybody can afford. Don't worry, 200-300 classes, that's not happening right now. I think it's important that we learn to give and receive. So you have to have a balance. So the YouTube channel is for giving and receiving and keep it balanced. My webinars for you guys some are going to be free, and my 2 or 3 hour classes are going to be very minimal amount. You'd be surprised. And I'm going to leave that surprise for later for how much it really is going to be. Because there was a time I didn't have the money to take these webinar classes. And I searched everywhere. I grew up in the God's light with my mother, and I had been estranged from my family for a while, and that's another story I'll talk about another day. And I met this amazing woman, this a long time ago. Dr. T.H. Belshire. And she's no longer on the planet. And she was $400 an hour to talk to. I was like, I can't afford that. There's no way. And this woman highly suggested that I know that owns a great metaphysical center. So I just call her. So I called her. And I said, she says, are you Brianna? I said, yes. And she goes, I have been waiting for your call. I'm like, what? I said, well, I need to tell you, I don't have $400 to pay you. She goes, it doesn't cost something to talk to you. I've been waiting for you. The creators told me that you'd be calling me. So she came to my house. We were in my personal meditation room. And then she talked to my tree spirit. And she was just amazed on all the fairies and the tree spirits that were alive and my knowledge I had. And one day I'm explaining where she had worked. And so, yeah, she was amazing. But anyway, so she kind of took me under her wing a long time ago. And she taught me so much. I said, how do I ever repay you? When you meet somebody that does not have the money to pay you, you help them anyway. That's how you're going to repay me. Well, Teacher's no longer on the planet. And, you know, my mother is not, and my cute little guardian angel, Michelle, she's not. But I always remember when I didn't have the money to help people, or the money to help me, right? That people helped me and she helped me. And then I started making money at what I do and went on the radio and all this stuff. So that's what I'm saying. This is a long time ago. And she taught me how to give and receive that has to be in balance. And we don't talk about that very often. We talk about learning to receive. We don't talk about learning to give. And I think that's really important. So you're going to hear this on this channel. And that's also love with no unconditional love. So here's about me. I'm formerly known as Dr. Brie. You're going to see that on the banner. Dr. Brie Gibbs. I'm not going to change my website to Kahu Brianne. All that's going to stay the same. But I was gifted that name by Master Guy Curel. And I embraced it. And now it's time that I do the job I came to do. I'm not going to change who I am for anyone ever again. There's a story I want to tell you. I had somebody say, put some highlights in your hair. Then a guy wanted me to do a TV show. And he said, I want you to do all your hair. And it was a lot longer than this. And it screwed up my hair so bad. Well, I believed in this guy. And yeah, this show's not happening with him. No. I learned a great lesson on that one too. Don't believe anything you hear. Even though he's very well known in the movie industry, and his father is very well known, he was not of my vibration. That's what I want to say. But I love him. There is a feeling for him I have still, even after what everything happened. And that's what class I'm going to be talking about. How people can rope us in to do things without using our discernment first. So what's happened is I had to have my hair colored and colored and colored to get the blonde out, because I looked like a blonde bombshell, which is awful. It's on when I wrote about it, it's on my blog at drbriegibbs.com, and you can read about it and see the picture, because it was awful. But so that was not using my discernment correctly, because I really believed in him, and my business partner did, and we're like, oh, okay, this is enough. No. If someone cannot accept you for who you are, shame on them. If somebody can't believe in who you are, that's not your problem. That's their problem. Like I said, I have met a lot of people in my lifetime, and I'm 60 years old now. And I learned a long time ago to learn to receive and give. And the lessons that I had to learn were hard. But now I have all this information we're bringing now. So Goddess Era, and there is another goddess that wants to talk. Her name is Goddess Idra. She's from Lemuria. And she has messages for the goddess also. Now, it's not just for women in this channel. This channel is for men too. I think it's important that we realize, because we're all talking about the divine feminine. Well, the divine feminine are men also. And you need to understand that they have a lot of messages they can bring forward, and they're very powerful. But if we don't give them a chance, there's some out there that I really respect that are out there talking, and they're actually doing their job, yeah, out of truth. And then we got some that, you know, if it doesn't resonate with you, just leave it alone. That's all I'll say. But love them for who they are and what they are without any conditions. So here's the deal. Again, I'll be teaching free webinars, YouTube channels. There'll be a couple of webinars that you're going to have to pay for a very, very, very small amount. I'm serious, very small amount of money to pay for. And that'll be on Zoom. Also, I'm going to let people talk. We'll have the chat lines open. I'll answer your questions. The people that are with me will answer the questions. That if I have guests on and stuff, which there will be several of them, we'll be answering the questions. We're going to talk about Mother Earth. We're going to talk about the Creator. We're going to talk about the fifth dimension. And we're going to talk about the fourth light. We're going to talk about everything of love. And that's all we're going to talk about. And how we can take a situation and turn it to love without any conditions. So this is how I wanted to open up this channel with no script, no music, just be me. And I hope you subscribe to the channel, because it's just going to keep going. I have lots to say. It might go for an hour, it might go for 15 minutes. I don't know. So, God's blessings, everyone. And I love you all. And we'll be talking to you real soon again. Bye.